Hello, hello, and welcome back to Mindfully Rich Podcast, your weekly look at life and finances with a twist. I'm your host, Richie, and I already know what y'all finna say. I already know. Y'all don't have to say it. I'm late. But check this out. Guess what you getting still? An episode. Although it's late, it's still on time. Okay? I want to thank all of y'all for listening, all of y'all for waiting, everyone who has checked up to see what was going on with me to say, excuse me, what about consistency? I know, right? It was one of those things. And you want to know what? I can come to you and admit this week has been an off week for me. Like, y'all, I'm a one-woman team. Okay, so it's just me getting all of this together. And so some days I just don't be in the mood for it. And it's not, I don't feel like talking. It's just, I'm exhausted. Like my mind is exhausted. Like I just need to take a break. And so I definitely was off. You know, I've been off this week and I felt unorganized. I got some things on my mind, right? And it's like, I don't know if y'all are like this when you have like something on your mind and you just feel like I can't do nothing else because what's going on in my mind needs to be settled first, right? And so that's what's going on with me. And, you know, I'm vulnerable enough to share that with y'all. Like, I got some things going on in my mind. Not that anything's wrong, right? Just some things going on that I'm thinking about in my head very hard that's preventing me from being productive in other areas, right? So that's kind of where I'm at. But I do want to just say thank you to everyone for all of the listening. My listens went up tremendously over the last 2 weeks. And so I'm just going to say y'all love talking about saving. That's what I'm going to say. I'm just going to go ahead and just attribute it to the topics, you know, because the listening has truly went up. I'm truly excited that y'all are excited about the savings challenge. We're going to get it in, y'all. We're going to save some money next year. I can't wait for the savings challenge to begin. January 1st, y'all. It's beginning in January. And so I hope that y'all will be a part of it. I know lots of people have reached out and said they had concerns that they wouldn't be able to raise you wouldn't be able to save $5,000. And I just want us to just really look at our self-talk. Like if you're already telling yourself you can't do something that you haven't even tried yet, you know, and one thing about me that I've learned about life is that when I set a goal, it's amazing how God, the universe, everything just starts working together for my good, right? But I have to at least state what it is that I want to do, right? And so if I don't do that, then I'm not giving myself anything to work with. I'm not telling God that I believe that I can do this or telling the universe, help me, work with me so that I can get this goal. So I would say to anyone that is doubting, right now, I'm looking at my financial situation. I'm looking at it. I ain't never saved $5,000 before. If you're saying that to yourself, I want you to redirect your self-talk and say, I know I've never did it before, but guess what I'm finna do? I'm about to save this $5,000. I know it feel like I can't save this 5,000, but guess what I'm about to do? Save it. You can do it. And that's the thing. I want to be a coach. And I know that some people don't like those overly optimistic people who will say, oh, you can do this, you can do that. You have to believe it first, because if you don't believe it, then you're already telling your brain, don't start working with me or try to think of strategies or ways that I can do this, right? Because particularly, I want to tell y'all just a little bit about how my makeup has been in my journey, especially in my savings journey, right? And so, y'all probably wondering, is there like a mindful money moment? Not this week. I'm just talking this week, okay? I didn't been talking. We didn't had enough mindful money weeks, okay? This week I'm just talking. But it's going to be some stuff you can learn from it. But what I've learned in my own journey, you know, I've been through lots of life stages, right? And so if you go back to the episodes, I've been through lots of life stages in the last, coming up in January to be 6 years. And I used to be one of those people where, although I've been in the financial industry for a long time, I've been through some heavy, heavy financial situations, some heavy life stages that have made those financial situations harder, right? This is the one thing that I want to say about money. No matter how much we prepare ourselves, stuff can happen. And when it happens really hard and it hits us hard. And sometimes it can hit us hard in our pockets, no matter how much we prepare. But we still want to talk about preparing just in case, because it can still help you a little bit along the way. Right. But when situations happen, like life stages, when they happen, and when I say life stages, like the pandemic right now, that's a life stage for a lot of people. Right. My situation feels like it's gotten better through the pandemic, but I know everybody isn't in that same standing. Right. I've also been divorced. I've also lost both my parents in the last 6 years. Right. And that particular event happened 2 years ago. Right. And so what I'm saying is, one of the reasons why I talk about, or why I started Mindfully Rich podcast, was because I wanted to just talk about these topics openly. And next year, oh my goodness, I didn't jot it down what we're going to be talking about next year. It's just getting better and better. But I wanted to be a real voice that talked about money in a digestible way, a fun way, entertaining way that you can hear from. But I also want to make sure that I'm speaking truth into you as well, and letting you know what my journey has looked like, because it hasn't been easy. It hasn't been easy for me at all, y'all. Okay. And so I like sharing this information with you, just because I don't want you to hear this podcast and think, oh, she just must be perfect over there. Let me tell you what, perfect, far from it, very far from it. Okay. And nor am I trying to reach any standard of perfection. But the one thing I am do is learning every single day. And as I learn, I want to share what I've learned with y'all. And so that's one thing that I love, that I get a chance to do each and every week. And so when it comes to saving, I know y'all got to remember, in the first Saving Mindset episode, I told y'all about getting a journal, right? So for me, when I was trying to change my financial standing, when I was trying to change what it was that was happening in my life, because I wasn't happy with what was going on in my life, right? I wasn't happy with the amount of money that I made. I wasn't happy with, the situations that were going on in life for me. I had to write down, like, I'm that person that has to write down stuff, because I have to do a brain dump so that my brain knows these are the things that we want to accomplish. And I feel like, and this is just me, I feel like when I write things down, I want to make those things come to fruition, or it has a likelihood of coming to fruition. So the reason why in the savings challenge, I'm having y'all to get a journal, and I had y'all, one of those questions I think I had y'all write down was, what would saving this money mean to you? I had to do that. That was something I had to do when I wasn't in a good financial standing. And it was just because of the situations that was going on around me. I had to figure out, what do I want to do to get myself out of this? And that's something that I wanted y'all to write down, to say, for your question was, what would it mean for you to save this money? Because when you put emotion behind, or when you have emotion and a why as to why you want to do something, like this savings challenge, like saving this $5,000, it makes it real. It makes it like, okay, now I really have to shoot for this, because this is my reason why, right? And so that's the reason why I had y'all write that out in the journal. So that way, anytime you're not feeling motivated or inspired to save, you can look back at that, right? And I've also had some people reach out to me that said, saving is not going to be the end all be all for you to build wealth. It's not. But you want to know what saving does do? It does put you in a better position than not saving. How about that? Right? Because when you are trying to build wealth, you're going to have other elements that are making money for you. You're going to have some type of diversified way that you have multiple streams of income where money can be coming to you. That's something we're going to get into in 2021. But the saving aspect that I'm starting is just to help people to just save money, because everybody don't save. And this is the thing, what I do know from not saving and to being a person that now does save, situations come when they happen now, they don't happen as hard. So life stages are going to continuously happen. I'll give y'all an example, and I've talked about this before. When I had a flat tire, when you have a flat tire and you got some money to the side that you can pay for that flat tire, way different circumstance when you get a flat tire and you don't have the money saved up. Now you got to use credit, and you don't know when you're going to pay that off on your credit card. Two different situations. They both suck, but you get through them differently. And so that's the reason why I'm talking about saving. I want to give those, even if you have saved before, I just want to give you a goal to reach so that way you have extra money to the side if something were to happen. Your wealth building is going to happen with a little bit of that saving, but also it's going to come with diversification of making money. But in most cases, especially to make bigger amounts of money, you have to spend money. And if you don't have money saved, you don't have no money to spend. So there's a lot that's going on behind the reasons why I wanted us to start this savings challenge. And I have so much more that we're going to talk about in 2021 in regards to building wealth and things of that sort. But I just wanted to come on this week just to tell y'all just a little bit, about what I just shared, and just let you know this journey hasn't been easy for me. And I'm just excited that I have a platform where I can share what my journey has looked like, what, where I'm at now, and then also try to build others up so that you can get to a place. If you're in a place right now, I don't know if you're in a place right now where you like where your financial standing is at and you're trying to get somewhere else, I can be that coach to help you get to where it is you're trying to go through these podcast episodes. So that's something that I'm really, really excited about. And so with this savings challenge, you already know it's going down starting in January. The official hashtag is Mindfully Rich Podcast 5K Savings Challenge. Okay. Write it out once. You ain't going to never have to hashtag it again. That's something I'm going to be advertising on the page. There has been no activity on the page because I just told y'all this week has been a conundrum in my head, okay? But next week and the following week after that, I'm going so hard, y'all don't even know. So I do hope that y'all go back, listen to the Savings Mindset episode number 1 and number 2, part 2. So that way you can see what it is we're working towards, what we're building towards. I already let y'all know what the first amount that we will be saving. That would be $20 for that first week. The second week, we will be saving $35. And the reason why I wanted to go ahead and tell y'all now what those two amounts are, because the next episode's coming in the next couple of days. I will not say those amounts. But the reason why I wanted to tell you now is so that way you can just go ahead and get ready. And just to revisit what I said earlier, change your self-talk. Okay, don't tell yourself I can't do this. Y'all don't even know. Okay, let me tell you, when I went through my divorces going on 6 years ago when I first separated. And when I was going through that time, it was hard because when you're going from 2 incomes to 1 income, right? Life doesn't look the same. Your bills stayed the same, but now you're on 1 income, right? And so when that was happening, that was a time when I had the most settlements come to me out of nowhere, y'all. Like, I just told myself I have got to get myself out of this. Like, I had wrote down a plan of what I wanted that to look like. And I would just, I'm a prayer, right? And so anytime I pray, I always pray for money, to come to me from the north, south, east, and west, right? I do that. And that's what happened. That's what started happening. I started receiving checks from class action suits, like $400, $500 checks. And I was like, what is going on? Right? And that's just one thing that just started happening. And so that was when I changed my self-talk and I wrote down what it was that I wanted my life to look like, what I wanted my financial situation to look like. Okay, so I would encourage you, if you haven't already, wrote down those questions that I had y'all answer, or if you ask them, what are the questions? Go back to the Savings Mindset episode, part 1 and part 2. Listen to those. We're getting started with the Savings Challenge in January. I'm so excited to have y'all a part of this. Thank y'all for holding me down. I appreciate all of y'all for listening. If you're not already following the podcast, on IG, I'm at mindfully_rich_podcast. I'm at mindfully rich. And also I'm on Facebook now, but I'm not really, I got to get it together. Okay. I'm there, but I'm not there. Okay. So main communications, hit me up on, IG. But for the most part, y'all, that's all I got. I just wanted to come to y'all, just share some stories real quick and talk to you about my journey just a little bit. I'm not sharing too much because I have some things planned for 2021 for some storytelling, which y'all are going to absolutely love. But thank y'all so much for listening. Make sure that y'all subscribe to the podcast. I'm on all platforms, and make sure that you share. And anyone that you think should be a part of the Mindfully Rich Savings Challenge, make sure you share this with them. Tell them to listen to both part 1 and part 2. All right, y'all. And until next time, when I hit y'all with another one.